This week on Supercars Torque, we've got some racing from Sandown, and Craig Lowndes leaves Triple Eight to join Brad Jones Racing. The big news this week is a massive defection in the category. Craig Lowndes is leaving Triple Eight and joining Brad Jones Racing. He's only joining them for the weekend. He's going to partake in the co-driver session in Jack Smith's car, more than likely because Jack Smith has not got a confirmed co-driver yet, and gives Craig more miles in the car, gets to try a different car and stuff like that. Probably would be some good feedback for Brad Jones Racing as well. And yeah, Craig will be partaking in Bathurst, but he can't take part in the additional co-driver session because his the wildcard cars won't be there on the weekend, so they can't do that then. Gets him a little bit more seat time and, you know, kind of around the main guys and see how he goes. Well, around the rest of the field, because they do get a couple of extra test days with wildcards, but it's not with everybody else, it is out by themselves. In co-driver news this week, the Juice Jada No Jada has actually been confirmed as Todd Hazelwood's co-driver for Bathurst this year. Jada No Jada, he's been the last couple of years with Bathurst, hasn't had the best of runs, but my God, has he been impressive in that Walkinshaw wildcard this year. Granted, he hasn't had any special tyres to whack the thing on pole like Zach Best did, but he has been quite impressive in his wildcard efforts, especially when you consider he's pretty much been with or better than Nick Percat in that team while he's been running. So that's a good pickup for Matt Stone Racing. Thomas Randall has been confirmed at Tickford next year. Do we need to confirm something that we thought there was a contract in place and that? Anyway, this is going to stop all of the rumours surrounding that team because now they have 4 drivers contracted to the 4 seats. So nothing to see here, people. Tim Edwards has also come out and said he will not stand in the way of Zach Best finding a main game drive next year. Blanchard's anyone? I think that would be a really good pickup for that team. You might want to do a bit of technical sharing kind of thing with Tickford if that would be possible, just to speed up his process, especially with Gen 3 coming in and not a lot of experience. But I think Blanchard's would be better off going for someone like Zach Best rather than someone who is a bit of a has-been. The Greg Murphy Richie Stanaway wildcard livery for Bathurst has been unveiled. It looks awesome. I was really impressed with the interim testing livery that they had, and I was a bit scared that they were going to dull it down. Nope, they've just taken it to the next level. So it's still got that bright orange boost writing all over it on the black background, but they've also added in the silver fern kind of background because of the Kiwi. I think that's like their logo or something. They've added that into it. It just looks spectacular. Knocked that one out of the park. Really, really, really good looking car, that one. And speaking of liveries, over the weekend, Jack Perkins is going to be running a retro 83 Marlboro HDT livery on his Super 2 weapon for the weekend. Could this be the only retro livery at this round? Because it's not a designated retro round like we have seen with Sandown when it was the 500. I really like this one better than the one that Lowndes and Triple Eight did a few years ago, mainly because Jack, of course, is Larry's son, and Larry was one of the drivers of this car, so you've got that family connection rather than the, you know, oh, we used to be teammate kind of connection. It was one of his dad's liveries. Speaking of Super 2, there will be 35 cars in the combined Super 2, Super 3 field at Sandown. That is, it's getting to the point now where they're probably going to have to look at separating them again because, yeah, and it really makes the main series look bad when there is so many cars in that secondary level. The headliners are Jack Perkins and Dean Fiore, who will be making their Super 2 debuts for this year, this weekend, as, you know, just getting experience for their main game drives at Bathurst. So on to the racing for this weekend. It is a 3-day meeting. There will be a 30-minute co-driver only session on the Friday. the one that Craig Lowndes has taken part in. It does seem like a lot of effort to get all the co-drivers there for one 30-minute session. I mean, we're there on the weekend, couldn't we have a 500? Of course, there is a couple of co-drivers that haven't been announced yet, but I'm sure if they had a deadline, they would be announcing them. 3-day meeting, practice on Friday, qualifying Saturday will be one of those long drawn out 3-sectional affairs kind of thing. 1 36-lap race on the Saturday afternoon, and then on Sunday there will be 2 10-minute qualifying sessions and 2 36-lap races. The form guide for Sandown. Well, last year, if you cast your mind back, Shane Van Gisbergen, about the same time I did, busted his shoulder just before the round. It did look like he wasn't going to be partaking in the round, and then he did. And then we had qualifying on Saturday, which I think was like 17th or something, and we kind of went, well, maybe he shouldn't have come back for this round, maybe he should have sat it out. And then Saturday's race happened and he just charged through the field and won the race. And then on Sunday, he had 2 pole positions and 2 race wins. So judging on form this year, and he hasn't got a busted shoulder at the moment. So yeah, we can just probably expect more of the same. I'm going to go Cam Waters as the main guy to take the challenge to him. He has a very good track record at Sandown, and they've gradually been getting better and better all year. My dark horse for the weekend is Dave Reynolds. I think the Groves, what I'm hoping is they'll revert back a bit where they were earlier on in the year, and they'll get their mojo back, and Dave will definitely be a podium contender on the weekend. So that's my Sandown preview video. Let me know what you think. I've got my fancy new lapel mic happening, which has given me the opportunity to have a bit of a new background. I was going to try doing something outside today, but the Melbourne weather has not been kind to us. Let me know what you think, what you predict over the weekend. Let me know if you know, how's the sound on this and the new outlook. And if you are going to Sandown over the weekend, keep an eye out for me because I will be there. Until next time, I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.